Okay, so Windermere Preparatory School is located in the Orlando, Florida area. We are a day and boarding school serving pre-K 3 students all the way to grade 12. We are working to be the IB Continuum School. We've had the IB Diploma program for about 15 years, and we are looking to be authorized by IB for the primary years program and the middle years program in the spring of 2027. One thing that is great about Windermere Prep being a Nord Anglia school are the partnerships with Juilliard, as you were mentioning. Our arts program, the teachers in our arts program are trained by Juilliard professionals, Juilliard professors that come in and moderate the curriculum. When it comes to students who are more interested in the sciences, we do have a connection and a collaboration with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. And so we have what's called Global Campus, where students from all across our 90 plus Nord Anglia schools can connect with each other, do challenges connected with MIT. So, as I mentioned, we've had the diploma program for 15 or so years. The nice thing about our school is that we are looking to really align not only the curriculum, but the skill development, the content, and the concepts and the inquiry that's involved that are going to help our IB students be successful. The diploma program is wonderful because it allows students to really showcase their knowledge, and it really teaches our kids to learn how to learn, to know what works for them when it comes to critical and creative thinking, to be able to teach them how to reflect and to understand how they need to make changes or how they have to pivot, or to teach them how to be resilient when things aren't going the way that they want them to go. It's a great question. So our boarding is unlike most boarding. You remember in different schools, you were mentioning that most boarding programs are in a corridor style, maybe a big building with multiple floors, typical what you'd see in university. But I think what makes it different for us is that sense of community that you really see with the connected townhomes. So we have so many connected townhomes, 6 students per home, 2 per bedroom. Each one of the rooms, is connected to an ensuite bathroom, laundry facilities, living room, porch, kitchen, if the students want to cook. It really feels like home for them. I think one thing that's very nice about the boarding community is that it is so safe. It's gated all the way around the entire facility and the entire campus. We do have 24-hour security. Let's start with the day-to-day. So the day-to-day during the weekdays, the students will typically wake up around 6:30 in the morning. They are able to go down to our boarding cafe, which is called Marcy Hall. At that point, they'll have a full buffet breakfast that's catered in by our campus caterers, which called Flick. Students will eat lunch on campus. They have the opportunity to get food in our cafe. There's a salad bar, there's a sandwich bar, there's a hot meal option. On Tuesdays, we do have Panda Express that comes in. We do have Jersey Mike's subs. We have Chick-fil-A that comes in. Dinner is usually from 6:30 to 7:30. And again, that's on boarding, full buffet, different types of styles of foods. Some nights are Korean food night. Sometimes they have Chinese food night, Mexican food night. On the weekends, they have the options of going to places like Universal Studios, and we are 10 minutes away from Disney. So there's lots of different choices there. Golfing, Pop Stroke, which is a golfing facility, ice skating, movies. I mean, you name it, we have it in Orlando. So I think one of the great things about Windermere Prep, and that is also due to our IB program as well, is that the focus on experiential learning. The learning takes place beyond the 4 walls of the classroom. So one thing that you did mention is that we do have collaboration, for example, with Disney, where our 8th graders will, they have an interdisciplinary project where they are designing a roller coaster. So in order for them to understand the physics of the coaster, they will meet with the Imagineers at Disney. These are the Disney engineers, and they will do a workshop where they will learn how to implement the physics of the rides. Lots of trips that we offer, whether that's down to the Florida Keys, trips to the Grand Canyon. We also do creativity, activity, and service, otherwise known as CAS. Wow, that's a great question. So let's start with our events that we are hosting on the Windermere Prep campus. The STEM Festival. So that is where we have students from across the Americas, the North Anglia students from across. So students were building robots, students were solving real world problems using engineering and technology. We also had the Performing Arts Festival this year, the Arts Festival, where students went to Universal. They got to see and work with different actors and different people from Universal to be able to you did mention Global Games. Global Games is a really fun event that is sort of set around almost like an Olympic type of atmosphere. We do have anywhere from 18 to 21 different schools participating from across the Americas. That's a great question. So as I mentioned before, we do have 50 plus clubs that students can participate in. I'm going to talk a little bit about Model United Nations. We have seen a rapid growth and development of that club. This past year, we participated in 3 different conferences. We went to Georgia Tech University to participate in their Model UN conference. We also went to the University of Chicago. And lastly, in April, we went to Cal Berkeley. So every year we're going to 2 or 3 different places. The year before that, we went to Harvard. Our kids are also great when it comes to entrepreneurship and service. They are so creative. Universities love to see initiative in our students. They love to see that they're taking charge of their learning, and they love to see that they have a game plan, that they're not just, doing 5 different things, but not really mastering any of them, that they're really focused on the 1 or 2 things that they're passionate about, and that helps them get into university. One thing I will notice is that a lot of times we have, when our 9th graders come in, we do see students who come in with the idea of exactly where they're going to go to university. And they might say, oh, I'm definitely going to Harvard, or I'm definitely going to Duke. And that's great. And if that is their goal throughout high school, then our college counselors will definitely tailor and their courses and help the students do everything they can to be successful for that pathway. And by the time that they're getting ready for grade 11, that's when we are going to be asking them to declare their plan. So they could become a full IB diploma program student, or they can say, you know what, I really feel passionate about advocacy for a cause, or I want to go into politics. Then we will send them down that social impact pathway. The nice thing about our counselors too is that they know the program so well, and they have such good relationships with the admissions of multiple, many different top 50 universities across the United States and across the world. Absolutely. So I first want to say that if you decide that you want to, if you are a student and you're watching this, or if you are a parent and you're watching this, and you are interested in studying abroad, Windermere Prep is a wonderful place that you or your child will receive an endless amount of support and care and love. We want to future-proof our kids. And being able to be in some place like Florida, where it's nice all year round in terms of the weather, that they have opportunities to explore passions that maybe they didn't know about, whether that could be golf or baseball or American football or the arts. They're encouraged, and it's a safe space for them to try new things. And just being abroad is an education in and of itself. I spent 16 years abroad myself, and I will say that that was the best education that I could have ever received. So really think about what your goals are, and connect with us, because we would be able to help you work through those and to make sure that you are successful in your endeavors at Windermere Prep.